muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, I like keeping this very transparent here, and I just want to say to you that I was not planning on filming today. I am very hungover today, like the most hungover I think I have ever been, but I was like lying around all day, you know, like feeling sorry for myself that I'm so hungover and all like that, and this one topic has been in my head, and I honestly was refraining from talking about it because I didn't feel like I could make a video about this that would still be in the YouTube terms of service because it makes me so angry. So I kind of just let everyone else, you know, talk about it. I was like, I've talked about this enough before, what he's now done. But I honestly, I keep thinking about it and it's really, really, really grinding my gears, and I just have to say my opinion of it. And that is James Charles' return to YouTube. So this video is not going to be like, James Charles, shocking return, James Charles, whatever the fuck in the title. No, the title is going to be something like, let's talk about James Charles' awful return, or something like that. Because I want this to be less of like a drama video, and more of a sit down, this is my opinion on something that is very concerning to me, and very weird. So, aside from all this, let's get on with the video. So, as we're aware, James Charles took a very short social media break because he was getting exposed after exposed after exposed for alleged inappropriate relations with underage boys. Yeah, we've been through it. We've talked about them. So he took a little bit off, and keep in mind that within that break from social media, he was still engaging on social media, and also he broke his silence, haha, breaking the silence a little fucking dramageddon there. We use that title all the time. Taddy Westbrook, we love you. We have to talk about the fact that in that space, he made a video on Twitter that was calling out the drama and calling out that people, you know, were just jumping on this to get a story, and people were just using his name and stuff. So even during his break, which is important to note, he was still very much so involved in social media and keeping up with things, which is something I want to note. Now, he has now came back to social media with a video called An Open Conversation. Here we have it here. 3.6 million views, nearly 200,000 likes. So again, he's going to come back and he's going to be fine. Good for you. You're allowed to do that, James, and I'm allowed to have my opinion. People in the comments are allowed to have an opinion. It's social media. And nearly 100k dislikes. So a pretty equal, you know, number there. Now, before I get into this video, it's important to note that at many times James Charles does something that is my top pet hate that an influencer does after a little scandal. I'm taking accountability. I took accountability. You know, I will always strive to take accountability. I always will strive, and my persistent goal is to take accountability. Where a YouTuber, after a scandal, hot on the heels of one, comes back and says about how they've taken accountability, they're planning on taking accountability, they're in the process of taking accountability. You saying that sentence doesn't mean or doesn't clear it that you're in the good books or that you really have or whatever, because how dumb is that someone can just come on and be like, I've taken accountability. Where? Like, fucking hell, you can accuse me of something and I can just, I've taken accountability. Like, Adam, for what? It means nothing. And we hear that all the time throughout all of the Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, Taddy Westbrook, James Charles, David Dobrik, Tana Mojo, all of these people, I've taken accountability. Show us, or at least in whenever you're gone, make some sort of effort that it's not just like you going on a vacation. So anyway, there are many parts of this video that I want to get into, and I've taken timestamps. But my overall analysis, first of all, just is James is coming back addressing that he's, you know, continuing to take accountability. But what he fails to mention is that he deletes his previous video called Holding Myself Accountable, in which, in that video, he acknowledges that out of all the people who are coming forward about James Charles, if they're fake stories or not, he confirms that 2 of them actually happened. So, isn't that deleting, like, evidence? You know, it's still out there. He's deleting the video in which he acknowledges that he did engage with this, with at least 2 of them. So if he's engaged with at least 2 of them, like, what about all the other ones? And James makes a brilliant argument in this, that, you know, this one drama channel, as in Def Noodles, was releasing all of these videos and all these Twitter threads, like the 20 victims of James Charles and blah blah blah, and can you believe that there are not 20 You said in your video that 2 of them actually happened. So, whenever people come forward about it, when you yourself admit to 2 of them happening, James, you're guilty in my books. And in many, many, many others. So it's interesting that you deleted the video in which you acknowledged that, and now you're coming back, and this entire video is 30 minutes long. Within the first 6 minutes, he addresses things he's possibly done, and the rest of the video, and I mean the rest of the video, is him talking about how his fame has been ruined by this, his image has been ruined, and it's all because of fake stories and drama channels. Woo! This is it. For the first 6-7 minutes, he talks about that he has to change his behavior, that he, you know, was being so inappropriate online and so irresponsible. And for the rest of the video, he basically flips it around, takes back what he just said, and says about how basically he's the victim. How, you know, he, you know, is always led on by people, and, you know, there's so many fake stories out there, and we're such a headline-driven society that, you know, anyone will just believe any story. Even though I admitted that 2 of them were real, no. This is what we're dealing with. And also, in this video, I know that there's a lot of channels out there that are like body language analysis and whatever like that, and I don't necessarily agree with them, because I feel like I can be telling you something serious, and I can be maybe possibly look off the screen or look off the screen there. It's not me manipulating you, it's not me doing whatever, it's a normal human reaction. However, when someone can't even look at the camera directly when they're talking at all, it's a bit suspicious in my books, and James Charles has done a very interesting thing that what is happening here? Oh, the cats are in, and there's... Yeah, they're probably gonna knock over the cardboard cutouts. I'm too hungover for this. So...
And my first reaction was to post a no more lifestyle video debunking everything.
Can we talk about how he is doing a makeup tutorial?
And reflect and look...
And he never once, for longer than like 30 seconds, just stares at the screen, like jump cuts and all.
The adult and the person with the platform, it was 1000% Myers.
With him acknowledging how he has to change and the things he's done wrong, there's never eye contact. You know, I'm looking in a mirror, I'm doing my makeup. And he says in this video, you know, it was so that he would be less anxious, whatever. Oh, little baby, oh, I feel so bad for you. Or is it so that you didn't have to look directly in the camera all the time? Because that's what it's leading me to believe. I don't believe any of what he said in this video. There's really nothing to believe that's in his favor anyway, because it's an awful, awful, awful video. But there's never eye contact. He's not even looking at the camera. It's literally like you're talking to someone and they're looking just a bit over your shoulder. It's like if I was talking to you right now and, you know, I'm not looking at you, I'm not really acknowledging you, you know, you're kind of there and I'm talking and maybe you're listening. Or if I look over on this shoulder, my old biology teacher used to do it and he used to piss me the fuck off. You know, like I'm talking and, you know, you may listen, but I'm not really talking to you. And that can be I'm either reading a script, I don't mean what I'm saying. And again, let's not get into the body, you know, analysis or whatever, but when someone can't even look directly in the camera for an entire duration of when they're talking about what they've done wrong, or what they need to change, or this story was real, this one was fake, it's bullshit, in my opinion. Now let me just get to some of these timestamps. Okay. So I've taken screenshots, and there's quite a few. So 142, we're just gonna go through, and I have some things to say about different parts of this video. Okay, here we go.
Social media and pretend like nothing happened, and
okay, wait.
Being myself and anybody else who wants to listen. There's a lot that I want to talk about in today's video. I have a lot of positive topics, but I also think it would be ridiculous and irresponsible to try to just come back to social media and pretend like nothing happened and move on with regularly scheduled makeup programming. So
interesting point, because he's deleted his holding himself accountable video. So he is moving on, and that point is just him word waffling to you so it makes him sound good. So, James, really don't say things if they can be disproved by your own actions right after it. Just a little heads up, because it makes you look like such a dumb C-U-N-T. You know what I mean? Very, very, very not.
It happened a couple of months ago, and clarifying a lot of stuff that's happened after I posted my last video and what people have been saying, answering some questions, and talking about the growth and everything that I've been working on for the past couple of months behind the scenes. As you guys know, I posted my Holding Myself Accountable video, and in that video talked about how basically 2 guys had come forward with stories on social media about how I had inappropriate contact with them when they were under the age of 18. Now, when this was all going on, my first reaction was to be super upset, because I did mention in that video that they had lied to me about their age and that I absolutely did not groom them. And my first reaction was...
Does it matter? Does it matter? You adult grown man. Okay, listen to this.
To post a no more lifestyle video, debunking everything and fighting back and everything. And then I really had...
Okay, here we go. James Charles has never once, you can fact check me, James Charles has never once done an apology video or a follow-up video in which he doesn't mention the No More Lies of 2019. There is a reason behind that. That video was the thing that saved his career. It saved his career against some pretty serious allegations, and he never once misses the chance to bring it up because he's reminding the audience, who don't follow drama channels, who don't keep up with it, just the audience, that remember whenever I was accused of this before and I made that video, you know, I can make that again or whatever. It brings up to those people that, oh, he was accused of it and he debunked it all, he can do the same thing now. There's a reason he brings it up every time. Every time! Oh my god, fucking hell. Next one. Like, this is, we're doing rapid fire because this video is painful.
Easily move on from like nothing ever happened. And I really feel as though it's important for me to just address right away that that is absolutely not the case in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
And that could not be further from the truth. First of all, I feel like calling this a...
There we go. He has just said that wanting to move past his previous video is something he wouldn't want to do and he's taken this very seriously. But he does not address that he deleted said video from his YouTube channel. Next, timestamp. Okay. Oh god, it's like, I don't know if he just can't keep up with himself, or whoever wrote this script is horrible.
For what I did do, and all I can hope is that whether it be, you know, weeks, months, years down the line, I'm able to showcase my growth in the person that I really, really am. Now, like I said, obviously I have absolutely no problem holding myself accountable for things that I did do, but I also do think as creators, or not even really creators, as human beings, we should also be able to defend ourselves on things that we didn't do. Now, when I posted...
8 minutes. 8 minutes was all he spent addressing the reality of it, and for the rest of this video, he's talking about drama channels trying to set him up, journalists trying to lie on his name, and people lying on him. This is what we're dealing with. So I just want to, like...
My last video, hold myself accountable, I mentioned that I was going to be taking a break from social media for a while and wouldn't be responding to anything. And quite a lot of people took advantage of my time away and really ran wild with all sorts of stories and videos and allegations that made this situation a lot worse. I do want to take some time in this video today to just shed some light and further information on some stories, you know, that either did or...
It's interesting that this is the route he's choosing, because like he says multiple times in this video, I'm not trying to... Next time, Sam. I'm not trying to make myself the victim. However, he spends pretty much at least 60% of the video talking about how people were setting him up, which is making yourself the victim.
Or really any video moving forward, allowing anybody, let alone my followers, to think that there are any victims of James Charles, let alone 20 victims of James Charles, because that is completely...
What did you say in the holding yourself accountable video? Didn't you say that, you know, you did engage with 2 of them? Just because it's not your definition of victim. Next timestamp. See what we're dealing with here, Mucker? See what we're dealing with? Okay. 12:13. Let's go to the next one.
Your experience dating or talking to me, whatever it may be, whether it's completely real or completely fake, it will go viral on social media. Now, I am not saying that to boost my own ego and beat my chest and act like I am so important and so famous. It really is just the reality of the situation. If you look at the people's profiles who have posted this content, all of their videos have 1,000 views, 2,000 views, maybe 10,000, but then all of a sudden, my experience with James Charles, whether it be completely real or completely fake, has 6 million views. And at this point, it's literally become a trend to post screenshots of conversations, not just with me, but with everybody. And at this point, dare I even say, like, a meme to post your experience talking to James Charles. Now,
earlier this year, we were shown screenshots of James Charles sending booty pictures and other sexual Snapchats to people who were underage. And he has the audacity, I'm going to contain myself, he has the audacity to come on here and say that it's like a meme to talk about your experience with James Charles. Okay. Alright. I'm not gonna say my opinion further on that. Alright. You know why? Because I feel like if I did, YouTube would probably flag this video. So let's keep it wholesome. Like that. You know what I mean? That's his response to it. That's his response to it. Okay, let's hear the next timestamp.
Receipts for, especially not the conversations that were completely fake, and I really don't want to leave anything on the table. You know, no matter what sort of receipts or screenshots or proof that I include or share online, there's always going to be a group of people that refuse to believe it because the narrative and the drama and the tea is simply more fun and more entertaining. And that really, really sucks. But, you know, I know the person that I am. I know what I've done. I know what I have not done. And I know what I need to work on. And
another fact check. James Charles has never done one of these videos in which he doesn't bring it back to it being drama or tea. James, sometimes it's actually serious things that you've done to other people. There's only so long you can keep passing that off as tea or drama that you're not going to be engaging in, James. You are a grown man. A grown-ass man.
Fault and nobody else's. I really was convinced that I was able to live this, like, Hannah Montana double life fantasy where I could be James Charles, the internet persona beauty guru during the day, but then later on I could wipe my makeup off, get in normal clothes, and talk to people on Instagram DMs or on a dating app, or even hang out with somebody and have them see me as James Dickinson. And looking back now, I am so angry with myself that I was ever this delusional to think that it was possible.
Because, guys, remember, what he's going to keep reminding us throughout this video is he's so famous. He's so famous and he's so popular. Keep in mind, he's so famous and so popular. That is what he will continuously remind us of throughout this entire video. Next timestamp.
To protect myself and my brand and my privacy and safety, most importantly, as well. And these are all things that I've...
At the end of the day, that's what he's looking at this as. He says how moving forward he needs to protect himself, his brand, or whatever. What about the minors? That would be my first thing. Let's protect the minors. Alleged minors, even though you already said 2 of them. Like, it all boiling back to your brand? Oh, Lord. Okay. Alright. And then, for the rest of this video, it's just to get ready with me. It's just to get ready with me. It's so bizarre to me that the general public can be so on it with James Charles, and then whenever he comes back, they're like, oh. And this is a conversation, I'm gonna end off the video now, but I just want to, like, bring it back to cancel culture. Cancel culture, in my opinion, is not a thing. We can talk, they can talk, whatever. If they choose to leave, they choose to leave. But whenever something like this happens and we're getting shown proof, I don't think it has to do with cancel culture. I think it's people allowing certain things to happen on certain platforms, people allowing their children to watch certain people allowing themselves to support certain people. And I think it boils down to your own integrity and the integrity of the platform, the integrity of the community. Like, how can a parent see all of these headlines about James Charles and see these Snapchat fucking things from James Charles, and then whenever he be so outraged, and then whenever he comes back, just let their children watch his videos? Now again, this isn't to like gatekeep so no one watches James Charles, this is just my honest opinion on this. My opinion only, my views only. It makes me super uncomfortable that people are continuously going to allow these allegations to happen against James Charles, and then, you know, be outraged for a month, and then in 2 months' time it'll be fine again, and then in 6 months, whenever he's accused of this again, angry. 2 months later, it just, like, doesn't feel right. And I genuinely didn't even feel comfortable making a drama video on this, which is why the title is not anything shocking, and, you know, the thumbnail isn't going to be anything shocking, because for me, I just want this to be, let's talk about his return. Let's talk about this. Here's my opinion of it. You know, I'm not trying to sway you in any way. I'm not trying to, like, perpetrate anything to you. This is my honest opinion of it, and I didn't feel comfortable making a shocking title drama video on this, because it's like, how many times has this happened? How many of these videos do we have to watch from James? People say, well, just don't watch them. Don't make this video. Stop feeding into it. How can you say stop feeding into it when his video's at like 4 million views? Like, me making this video doesn't, you know, gain or subtract anything from him. Other drama videos, it doesn't. I want to know what your opinion is, though. We'll talk about it below. Okay, bye.